Hi everyone, and a happy new year to you all. I'm Jess, and this year one of my New Year's resolutions is to try and get wrap-ups and haul videos out to you at least a week after the month has ended. So I was absolutely terrible at this in 2017, so here's to beginning it really well, hopefully. So it's time for my December book haul. I only sort of remember what order I got these in, so I'm going to try and be as accurate as possible. But I know that the first book that I bought was A Christmas Carol and Other Writings by Charles Dickens, and this is one of the cloth-bound Penguin classics. And one of the things that always annoys me about these Penguin classics when they say other stories is you can't find anywhere that actually tells you what the other stories are. So I'm about halfway through this. I have finished A Christmas Carol and I'm just trying to continue on with the other books. So it includes Christmas festivities, the story of the goblins who stole a sexton, a Christmas episode from Master Humphrey's Clock, A Christmas Carol, The Haunted Man and the Ghost's Bargain, A Christmas Tree, What Christmas Is as We Grow Older, The Seven Poor Travellers. Now this I think was probably £15 in Waterstones. Whilst on that trip in Waterstones I also bought Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. This is very much a classics day that I wanted to buy. So this reminds me of The Great Gatsby, this cover. It's really nice and gold, and I can't work out if it's a really deep purple or a deep blue. But the movie came out. I would like to read this before I go and watch it. So this was £8.99, which is quite an expensive paperback, and the gold has already rubbed off the top, which is just typical. I was then lucky enough to receive the full hardback copy of Everless by Sarah Holland in the Fairy Loot Oh So Regal box, and shortly after arrived Kristin Ritter's Bonfire, which is a £12.99 book, but this particular copy was £25 because it's got sprayed edges and it was an exclusive Goldsborough Books copy. So in here it is signed, number 105 of 250. I had a day in London at one point, so that means that I go to my three favourite bookshops, and the first of which was Goldsborough Books, where I went to pick up this lovely slipcased edition of The Power of Six by Pittacus Law. This is number 2 in the I Am Number 4 series. That's not what it's called, it's the Lorien Legacies or something like that. And here is the copy on the inside. I love the green, I love the pattern. This is number 68 of 500 signed copies. Pittacus Law, I think they had, well, they probably got only 4 or 5 of these are now left at the shop. This cost me, I believe, £60, which was quite a lot of money, but I've got most of this series in some format or another of signed book from there, so I thought this was going to be a nice addition. After the expensive shopping of only one book, Goldsborough Books, I moved on to Forbidden Planet, and the first book that I picked up there, the thing that started me buying books in there, was this signed copy of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Not signed by J.K. Rowling before you get too excited, it's signed by the illustrator Olivia Lomanek Gill, and it's signed in here, just there, which is really pretty, and of course an illustrator should have a rather pretty signature. Whilst I was in Forbidden Planet, I also picked up Whispers of the Underground by Ben Aronovich. This is a signed copy. I paid £7 or £8.99 for this, and this is the third book in the Rivers of London series. I then saw a book in there that I'd kept looking at online but wouldn't have to pay any packaging or delivery charges, so I picked up Road Brothers by Mark Lawrence. This is a kind of prequel to one of his series, I believe, and I have got the other books for it. This again is signed by the author. I think it's something to do with the Broken Empire, or maybe it's even the Red Queen's War, but yeah, this, can't remember how much I paid for this. I think this was full price as well. On my way out of Forbidden Planet, I also saw Gleam by Tom Fletcher, and this is the Factory Trilogy Book 1. This was signed, so I had to have it. Probably full price on this one as well. So after going into Forbidden Planet, I raced my way to Waterstones Piccadilly and picked up Heartland by Lucy Hounsom. I have got Starborn, which is the first in the series, in the hardback. I believe the third book is coming out, or has come out, or is coming out this year, some point soon. This was a signed copy as well. Book 2 of the World Maker trilogy. and I definitely paid full price for this. This was at Waterstones. I hope you lot asked for more books for Christmas than I did, because I only got one that I had asked for, and that was A Night of Cake and Puppets by Laini Taylor, which I'm obviously very happy with. This is the hardcover from, probably they bought it at Waterstones, which is where I showed them it was. I don't tend to ask for books for Christmas very much, because I prefer to get signed books, and it's difficult for me to ask for signed books because I know they're often very expensive, and usually I just buy them as soon as I see them, whether that's online or in the shop, because I know that they're something that gets sold very quickly, and therefore I don't ask for them, but I should maybe start asking for vouchers so that I can buy them. So that's the same amount of books as November, 11 books. I have already read 2 of those books before I even bought them, and then 1.5 of the books I have read since getting them, and I don't think they should take me too long to read. They're not really hugely chunky books, some of these, so it'd be really nice to kind of read these and keep up a routine of reading things soon as, like, within 6 months of buying them, because otherwise you get a backlog of bookshelves worth. I hope you all got some fantastic books for Christmas and picked up some great books in the sales over December, and I hope those of you that did this kind of thing I keep seeing online, which is like an Advent Secret Santa book group kind of thing, I hope that gets spread more and more. I know it's kind of something that's being done in America, but I hope somebody sets it up for the UK. It'd be really, really cool. And the thing is that it would be quite expensive to be doing it, especially because some people I know did it over the entire month. Maybe the 12 days of Christmas would be a really good idea. Hopefully I'll find somewhere to take part in that over next year, because that would be absolutely awesome. I hope you guys had a really, really great Christmas. Hope you got all the presents that you wanted. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.